Hey guys, we're back and we're still wearing the helmet. I promise I'll take it off when I'm done. Today we're going to be talking about Mr. Chan, who is saying that he received his giveaway, be it almost 3 weeks after he won the giveaway. And we're going to take a look at the reasons why I still think that's faked. And then maybe at the end here, if we have time, we'll take a look at my special notepad for reading every comment. I promise it's a top secret document that you won't want to miss, so stay tuned for that. So here we have it, the Mr. Chan giveaway, the famous recorded giveaway, the first ever recorded giveaway. It was supposed to be a live stream. Fahim had promised himself that it was going to be a live stream. Several excuses came up. It didn't end up being a live stream. And it's got a lot of cuts in it. We've already looked at that in a previous video, so we won't dwell on that too long. But keep that in mind. Here's something that happened beforehand, before that video that Fahim recorded of his process. King the German Shepherd says, I highly doubt a person following you on some sort of social media has more entries to the giveaway than someone who isn't, like you really keeping track of that. So I don't know if they were actually on the right track, but this sort of exposes Fahim in a way. Because he says, I draw from YouTube and my socials don't need to keep track. The app does it for me. So he's implying that he has this one magical app, which he obviously does not have, because you can see him struggling in his verification video where he's using a random number generator and just counting down a list. So he does that multiple times. And here he's trying to let on that he has some magical way that automatically picks. This magical way is almost certainly the fact that he just picks it when he doesn't have to record. He can just pick any name and people will believe it. At least some of them will. We're working on that. So here we go. We have the conversation. We got the holy moly fucking shit I won double I buggy supreme from Mr. Chan. And important to note that the Mr. Chan is talking on his own, and we'll see some of that. See some of the conversations that I had with this individual, and everything involved. Next up, here I guess is just a nice little tidbit of Fahim making excuses about how his internet and PC is not good enough at the moment to live stream properly. I found that really hard to believe. Unless your internet is the absolute worst of all time, the fact that you can't live stream, no camera, just live stream you talking and showing your computer screen using browser random number generators, I find that really hard to believe. I think you're just pushing it off because you don't want to live stream a giveaway because you'll have to actually do the giveaway unless you come up with some weaselly way to fake one. Which I wouldn't be surprised at any point. And initially I thought the Mr. Chan one, maybe Fahim went into hiding for a few weeks because he was saving up. Maybe he went and got a part-time job and he was going to save up and he was going to actually give that $1,000 away. We're just going to forget the fact that he was going to give $1,000 away every week. And not that he was going to give it away and then wait 3 weeks before paying it out. Which is really odd. I don't know how you can do that even and expect people to not call you on it. But there's people out there and they will not call him on it because I don't understand why. That's on them. So here we have an extremely popular comment on Fahim's latest video where he's showing evidence that he did a giveaway even though it was 3 weeks late. The receipt seems pretty realistic. I still don't believe the fact that it wasn't an inside job where it was a friend of his and it got refunded. Easy enough to do. Here we go. Wake for a Mate says, a little bit weird that they're putting the money towards college if they're from the UK. Under 24s don't have to pay for further education. This says 34 upvotes. Fahim responded to this and said, no clue how it works, but it's their money. They can do as they please, I guess. Well, true. And normally I wouldn't really hold someone accountable for what the person says or does that wins a giveaway. But when you show that you're almost certainly scamming again with your cut up giveaway video draw system, that joke of a video that you thought was going to prove your innocence and prove that everything was legit, chopped up into a million pieces and could have easily been faked, as we've seen. If the giveaway winner is lying, chances are you guys came up with some little story and you're just having a hard time holding it together. I don't know. So, here's some conversation on that. I don't know the exact details, but if you do a search, which we will, I'll bring it up. It seems pretty clear that most people, if you're from the area, in this case Ireland, you would have free school or college courses. So this doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Maybe there's some reason. He did not share that with me. Maybe he moved from Australia to Ireland and now has to pay for school because he wouldn't be eligible, perhaps. That's just a theory. I don't know. If he's saying he has to pay for school and he's 18, chances are he moved there, or there's some other reason. Maybe it's some kind of crazy underwater basket weaving and the government doesn't pay for that. I'm not really sure. And I didn't get any sort of elaboration on it. So here we go. We got some people gang banging here. This is from Mr. Chan himself. He did contact me or respond to me on Instagram, which was very nice. And the only person that I think has ever said anything about the giveaways, the other accounts being obvious fake accounts made by Fahim. I guess Fahim doesn't like to talk to other people, doesn't like to address anything. So Fahim's alternate accounts also don't want to talk to anyone. So I guess this is a friend of his. That's my best guess. At first, I thought that he did save up the money, but I don't know. There's too many flaws in the story, and it just doesn't all add up the way that it should or that it needs to seem like a legitimate giveaway to me. And so when I asked if this held any weight, if this was applicable, and what Mr. Chan thought of this, and he said, yeah, I am putting it towards college or university, whatever you want to call it. I'm not starting till next year, and yes, we do have to pay for it to clear that up. So, also important to note that Mr. Chan here likes to put his commas with a space, comma, space. Very interesting. More detective work carrying over from the previous investigation where we were looking through all the comments of the accounts that won giveaways. A little interesting tidbit that now my eyes are trained, and you might think it's a waste of time. Why are we wasting more time on Fahim? It's obvious he's a scammerino. Well, it's practice. Maybe the next criminal will be more intelligent and will need these skills that we're developing in the Pokemon detective world. So here we go. Here's where he's saying that he's going to put it straight to college. Interesting enough. Now, I asked him if he had a student card. And he said yes. See here, he says, I'm not starting till next year. Not starting till next year. But has a student card. Also, very polite, very happy to answer questions. I was very polite in return. I just wanted to get to the bottom of it. And he loses his temper a little bit here. So let's take a look. I ask, would I be able to see it? Will not be shared with anyone. I asked, are you from Ireland and also going to school there or moved there for school? So I'm not sure exactly what the trigger was here, but something set him off. I also asked, Fahim didn't mention anything about being sick, because as we'll see later, there's a million different reasons for why Fahim went into hiding, and none of them seem to be the same reason. So here we go. And you'll notice in this paragraph, all of a sudden, for some reason, the commas end up being right after the word instead of space, comma, space. So I don't know for sure, but if I had to guess, I would say that maybe he's being coached. Maybe you got a copy paste from Fahim. We notice here that the I'd, Fahim commonly does that where he gets lazy with his apostrophes. He knows when to use them, because it's clear that he uses them properly a lot of the time, but also gets lazy with those. So there's no emojis or anything in here, but at the same time, maybe he was smart enough to avoid using Fahimisms, like double smileys and stuff. Maybe he's learned from his mistakes in the past. So he says, no, you would not be able to, and I'd prefer if you would cease with the interrogation now. You've mentioned you weren't after myself personally, yet you continuously search for personal information, which I can only imagine is for the validation of my existence, something I don't owe you. This is entirely unnecessary behavior, and your obsession with a YouTube giveaway is absurd and uncomfortable. I have given you enough of my time. So this is weird because he continues to be nice after this, and there's just this one blow up. So something was a trigger factor here that maybe he realized that he got caught in this lie about having a student card where he was going to college. Maybe he's never going to go to college at all. That was all just part of the lie or text back and forth with Fahim. Why they would have to add that in there, or why they feel the need to add that in there, is really weird. But yeah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up at all. Like, even basically showed me everything else, as we'll see, but for some reason, student card off limits, not happening, or the fact that he moved there. Maybe because he moved there from Australia. Maybe not. I don't know. Shout out to the Fahim Discord gang. You guys are painfully in denial. I've never seen anything like it. I can't tell what's going on in there. What a disaster. I don't know if you all ran into each other head first and gave each other brain damage, but it's a sad sight. I don't understand how you believe for a second that any of this shit is real. It's not. It's absolutely not. Especially the early ones. They're so painfully obviously fake. But here we go. So, did a little digging on the Discord to see if our boy here had joined through his other means. I found Grayson here, which was a pretty good fit. Joined the day after winning the giveaway. Joined the Discord after winning the giveaway. And didn't type anything, which is kind of an odd behavior. I don't understand why you would join a Discord. I guess as an entry. Do you join as an entry? An extra entry after you had already won? I don't remember ever seeing anything to do with not being able to win another giveaway after winning one previous. So maybe that was his intention. But weird that you wouldn't say anything. You don't go in there and say hey guys, I win. What's up? Also not paid at this point, so don't know. Then later on the 24th says, hey guys, smiley face. Anyone selling the Darkrai and Cresselia HGSS cards? Question mark. And just no one even answers, which is also weird. I guess his name isn't Mr. Chan, so maybe they don't realize that this is the Mr. Chan. Don't really know. That Discord, I feel like most of the people are in their own little world there. The world of denial. So I ask him, Are you in his Discord? And if so, is this you? And he says, yes, that is me. So, not saying they're the same person with this, but Fahim here is a fan of Ho-Oh and Heart Gold in general. Probably around the same age. Would they be playing games together? Probably. Mr. Chan did mention that he is a gamer, and I've seen some of that. Same with Fahim. Did they play video games together? And maybe that's the reason that Mr. Chan is now getting involved. They're maybe longtime friends. Someone that you can trust to send 1,000 Australian dollars to and know that they're going to hit the refund button. So here we go. We have some of the reasons why Fahim was not uploading. This is from Mr. Chan up here. He mentioned he was having some personal issues and was busy. Also, I assume he's from Australia, considering the giveaway being in odd, so the time differences didn't help either. But he was super friendly and kept in contact with me. So you've been in contact with him for 3 weeks. More than that. You watch the channel, you entered a giveaway. And the only reason that you can assume that he's from Australia is the fact that he sent you AUD. Are you paying that little attention to what's going on? I would assume that most people know that he's from Australia. But also the fact that you're in contact, you want to give away. He sent you money. And the only indication that he's probably from Australia. Also, you know there's time differences. But you're only assuming there's time differences after receiving the money 3 weeks later? Wouldn't those time differences be more in effect before you receive the money? Really weird. So here we go. We got personal issues. Put that on the list. Busy on the list. Here we go. Also, it was also Mr. Chan's fault. He had some issues with his YouTube channel and couldn't comment to confirm my Instagram was me. So I ended up making an unlisted video for him as proof of identity. I don't know about this one because he's commented on videos which I've pulled when I did my full read. And he's commented after the fact, after winning the giveaway. So I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. Here, if you remember this, I think I put this in another video. We have J Pokemaster 8 saying, "Hey Fahim, why haven't you been uploading?" And Fahim says, "That's a great question, my friend. Just been taking a break, I guess." So there we go. Taking a break. Hopefully video tomorrow, but didn't happen because he had to wait till he had the giveaway information all set up. The transfer. It's possible that he did have to save up the 1,000 Australian dollars before he could make the transfer. But I really doubt that the transfer didn't get refunded. And I don't think he's ever going to show that. He's never going to show the receipt at this point in time. Now that it's probably been sent back or canceled. So keep an eye for that. I'd love to see that. I'd also like to see the receipts. Maybe in the live stream that's never going to happen. We could get a full view of all the transactions that took place instead of that. Would Veronica get a digital picture of a Visa gift card in one of your meme slideshows?
It's been a mixture of being sick and busy with some family stuff.
All right, let's get into the receipts. So this was Fahim's end. He showed a recording in his latest video, 4th of November. So it looks like he made the payment right before his upload. No kidding. I wonder why he was hiding. Couldn't have been that. I can't imagine. I don't care how busy you are. It takes all of 3 seconds to send money on PayPal. Sure, you have to verify his account and whatnot. Make sure it's the right person. Make sure it's the right amount. But 3 weeks, let's say 2.5 to 3 weeks, not happening. You just didn't have the money in your bank account to transfer. And I don't think it stayed on that end, but we'll see. We'll see. Here we get some transaction ID details in the bottom. Unfortunately, it doesn't do us a whole lot of good. If you're not part of the transaction, then there isn't much that PayPal can actually tell you. Here we have me asking Mr. Chan, would you be all right with sharing the receipts for the transaction? And he says, yeah, bro, not a problem. Give me 2 minutes. Here we go. Again with the comma, space, as usual. Unlike that one irate comment that I got in return for asking to see a student card. So here we go. This is what he shows me. Something weird going on with the FS here. Also, you notice here, give me 2 minutes. So I guess he's got to take the screenshot, which is interesting. Details look good. The issue refund button is there, nice and juicy. But if you notice here, 3rd of November, 1516. So that's still it's going to be the same day as my day, my calendar day. And if you look here, we have November 4th, 2021, 9:12 a.m. when I started talking to him. So these screenshots were already taken in advance. Did he do that before he refunded? Probably. Did he do it right away so that he'd have it on hand as proof? Because Fahim probably knew I was going to ask for them. He knew I was going to add them on Instagram. And yeah, you gotta have them ready, right? But maybe without the date up top here would be ideal. So here I ask, is there anywhere that shows the fees and transaction number? And in hindsight, it wasn't my intention when I asked these questions, but now I'm glad that I did, because if those were the only 2 screenshots that he took and he now refunded, then he has no way of showing updated screenshots. And that's where here he's probably letting on that he has no idea what those are. Aha, I don't normally use PayPal to receive money. If we look back to this clip here where he's talking to Fahim, he apparently uses PayPal enough to know that he can create a link to his account in these comments. So, I mean, he can't be completely oblivious. I also find it really hard to believe that any 18-year-old would not know how PayPal works. It's pretty simple. Even old people are pretty familiar with it. Even ones that aren't that much into tech. And then also on his cell phone desktop, he's got a PayPal logo here. He's got the old app right there. Did he put it there just to receive money? Probably not. I kind of doubt it. Man, everyone's using PayPal. If you're a gamer, like he says, you're using PayPal at some point. If you collect Pokemon cards, like he does, he showed me some Pokemon cards after the angry comment, and I completely believe that he probably has a Pokemon collection. But yeah, I don't know. I think this was an excuse to not have to generate another screenshot with the transaction number, because it's not like Fahim was hiding it, so there's no reason that he would have to either. I don't know. Here we have some comments on a Mr. Chan video. I guess the most recent upload had comments disabled, so this was the next one after that. And you can see here that Joe and your mom, I think your mom paid a visit to my channel at one point. I thought he was a troll. Or she was a troll, I guess, if she's my mom. But yeah, they're fishing to see if any money was actually sent. And this is a little bit odd. And so I don't know what conversations went on, how this would even work. Because, like I said, it was almost 3 weeks where he wasn't paid for his giveaway. that was supposed to be done every week. So there's like how many weeks missing at this point in time? And if it took him 3 weeks to save up the money that's probably coming straight back to him, maybe I guess he could keep doing it over and over again now that he has that like $1,000 balance. As long as he doesn't have to buy anything else, he could just keep sending it to his other friends and getting it sent back or refunding it. I guess you don't want to send it back because at that point you'd be paying fees for nothing. You could probably just cancel the transaction without being penalized, I would think. I haven't really tried or done that, but I would imagine that that's how it works. Or maybe even if you have to eat the fees, like what is it, $3 or something for a fake giveaway and all kinds of comments and likes and hand jobs and Discord. So here we go. Super calm. I don't get it. Here again, you see the commas, but he's confident that he's going to get the money. I don't know what Fahim told you or how he could tell you something other than like, oh, I don't have money to do giveaways, but don't worry, I'm going to save up and do one for you. And also at the same time, there's no way Fahim actually did a legitimate giveaway when he didn't have the money ready. It wouldn't make any sense. I mean, it doesn't make any sense that he had to delay here, but I guess at least he could buy himself time by saying that he was taking a break and sick and his family and busy and all 6 other excuses. So maybe by choosing his friend here, Mr. Chan, he could buy himself enough time, just claim that he was gone away, send the transaction. Mr. Chan would refund it after taking some screenshots because Rattle Pokemon was going to contact him on Instagram to see that evidence. When he didn't have a student card, he freaked out. When he couldn't get the transaction number, he played dumb like he didn't know how to use PayPal, but he clearly knows how to use PayPal. So, I don't know. This is weird. There's no one that would be this calm and like collected about this money, especially if apparently they needed it so badly for college, even though, as we've seen, he probably doesn't need it for college unless he moved there. And if he moved there, it was probably from Australia because he's friends in real life with Fahim. And if that isn't the case, they're probably just friends and they play first-person shooters together. It seems like they're both into those type of games. And yeah, that's my theory on that. One more thing before we get into the legendary Notepad. I don't know if this is a real thing or just a coincidence, but it seems like this individual, Gavin, gets a lot of attention from Fahim and was sort of around since the beginning. Seems very committed, seems very friendly, seems like almost, I guess, as someone with a channel, I can sort of see the fact that maybe they're friends more so than just someone commenting on the videos. I mean, I have friends that comment on mine, so maybe a little bit of the same thing. I'm getting the same flavor here, if you will. So I don't know. Is that what it is? You can take a look at a few of these. Usually always gets a reply, especially in the early days. There's certain videos where Fahim barely replies to anyone, so probably not a whole lot there, but nonetheless. Also important to note that Douglas is a very common name, especially common in Australia, but other parts as well. All over, really. So that's not necessarily an indicator, just the amount of attention and the amount of commitment from both sides seems to be the biggest indicator here. And if you remember, Mr. Chan, his YouTube channel was him playing guitar. So is Gavin. So I don't know, maybe that group of friends, maybe Gavin, maybe Mr. Chan, maybe they all jam out with their clam out. Maybe a far stretch, I'll give you that, but I thought it'd be interesting to include, and certainly something that that stuck out to me. So here it is, the moment you've all been waiting for, the legendary Notepad. Don't ask me why. I have this weird habit of using Notepad. I just like it for some reason. When I'm jotting down quick notes for stuff, it does the trick. I have Word. I don't know. I'd rather just open this and type out my junk. Usually if I'm saving something to copy paste it later, I'll use this as well. It's weird, I know. But don't hate me for it. So here, we got a little legend up top. We have Veronica, the $100 fake winner. And she is going to be designated as V. David West, DW. Derek Chavon, $1,000 Instagram winner. The fake Instagram account that we can't check. If we could, I'm sure there'd be all sorts of double smileys in every post. No doubt. But they probably didn't even post. They added some accounts and privated their account because it's Fahim on there and he didn't want anyone to see it. It was lazy. But it's I guess it was pretty effective because we can't really prove it. If we we can't prove it to the degree that we can prove the rest of these, where it's blatantly obvious that it's him typing out the comments. When he's faking comments, he gives himself away. So that's all you have to do. Just hide all the comments. Don't ask me why anyone would ever be following Fahim on Instagram. He has like 13 posts. So the only reason that they would be following him on Instagram is if they were on YouTube as well and they were there for another entry, which apparently Derek here is not, because he didn't show up at all in the search results from the mega comment reader expedition that I went on, and I regretted it so much after I did the first couple videos because it took so long. So here we have Jamie Paquette. And we'll only see one comment from her. That's all you need to win. Just one comment. All you have to do, toss in some Fahimisms into a comment, and you can win $1,000. We never really saw that. Never commented again. You would think that if you won $1,000 on a YouTube giveaway that you'd stick around or you'd say something in the comments. No, apparently not. You don't, because Fahim was too lazy to log back in. Maybe he forgot the password. That could be what it is. Just like David West forgot to actually make his email. And Fahim forgot that you can't send money to a fake email. So, Mr. Chan, again, 100% believe that this is a person. But that person is probably just a friend of Fahim's. One that is close enough to Fahim to trust him with $1,000. And to not yell at him when he's not giving him his prize money, when it's supposed to be $1,000 every week, but it took 3 weeks. And then we have Gavin Douglas, which is a friend. I didn't include him in any of the notes here in terms of indicating where he commented, but I did search him on each one to see if there was anything interesting. And for the most part, it's just him and Fahim having chats, which is heavily why I think it's a friend of his, and I think maybe Fahim might like guitars, and or his group of friends may or may not like playing the guitar in YouTube videos. So here we go. As you can see, video 1 through 31, all the way up to the Veronica win. We have Veronica commenting like a mad lad. Look at the V's on her. Maybe we should word it a different way. Look at the V's on her. And then she wins. And what happens when she wins? She stops commenting altogether. So here's the Veronica win, and that's the first era of the fake giveaways. Ends at video number 31, where Veronica wins $100. And screw that. Why would I keep commenting? And you'll see that the only reason that she does comment later on. See if I can get out of the way for some of these. I'll move myself over. There we go. You'll see that she does comment later on here, and we've mentioned this before. But these V non-entries. So basically, this is just Veronica here is leaving a comment in random spots. 4 of them, actually. I thought it was only 3, but it turns out when you read all the comments, there's 4. There's 4 Veronica ones post her win, and none of them are entries into a contest. I guess she's like, okay, I won $100. Screw that. I'm going to leave the $1,000 giveaways for all those other people. She's still around. Fahim still knows the account information for that one. So look out for that. And then you'll notice, as soon as our girl here, Veronica, wins, we have video number 32. And this is where David West just turns on the jets. He really makes up for the fact that Veronica is not commenting. And you'll see almost exclusively these winners don't comment on the same video as each other because Fahim can't be asked to log into multiple accounts, or he doesn't think that people were going to call him out on this, or someone like me is going to waste as much time as I did going through all these videos and searching out every single comment. So here we go. We go like this. You'll see here, this is the DW David West era. He is commenting like crazy throughout this whole block up until he wins. And the winning comment was from the video prior, video number 47. And then he wins in 48. And he doesn't even comment in the one that he wins. Very interesting. Very interesting. I think that largely has to do with the fact that maybe Fahim doesn't want to answer questions when he's the one running the account. He has his boy Mr. Chan to do that for him at this point with that one giveaway, and then everyone can believe that the rest of them are real, even though they're blatantly obviously fake. So here we go. This is like a little bit of a dead era in terms of comments. I think this is largely when some flack started going in the direction of Fahim, so he starts to hide a little bit. Here we have the odd Veronica non-entry. We got none. Meanwhile, everyone and their dog is spamming happy 69,000. But none of them are going to win because it doesn't matter. It's whoever is in this last block, whoever just joins the fray, whoever Fahim logs in as is going to win the giveaways at this point. So here we go. I guess at this point, between the last giveaway and this one, he got really lazy, and that's where we see Jamie Paquette comes in with a single comment to win it all, and then doesn't even comment after that, not on the winning video, not in future videos, not even the non-entries that we see from the other fake accounts. That is just a one and done magical moment. Can you believe it? $1,000. How grateful can you be to not ever comment ever again? I mean, if you're gonna believe in giveaways and you win one, you would think that you'd be back for more, right? No, definitely not. Fake account, never coming back. So here we go. Pretty interesting. We had a Mr. Chan here back in the 58th video, but I mean, this could have been a retrospective. I guess I should look into that. Maybe we'll put a little note there. Look into date of comment. All right, I'll look into the date of that comment and see if it was put there. I mean, a lot of the Veronica ones were probably slapped around. Those would be good to date out as well. If I'm ever bored on a rainy day and we want to go even deeper, I really don't, but you never know. If I'm feeling the itch to spank some Fahim booty, then that might be on the menu. So here we go. Mr. Chan. All right, Mr. Chan's showing up in recent times here. Calling in his friend. Gotta help me. I'm getting called out for my David Wests. And I'm getting called out. Also, there was somewhere else too. I had a comment where I guess maybe we'll show that in another video. I should make another video about some funny stuff that I found while I was looking through all the comments. So maybe we'll do that. He has this weird thing where he was talking about the Kardashians. So maybe like David West he had that on his mind. the Derek Chavon, maybe because of the officer of police incident. So maybe all these names that he's making up, I don't know, Veronica, maybe he's listening to Saint Veronica or something. But the names probably all mean something. It's like a tricky little riddle that he's leaving behind, whether it's intentional or not. So you see here too, a lot of the time when there are no comments from burner accounts, there are also no comments from Fahim. But this era in general is just pretty dead for fake accounts. So I guess he's just given up on them, and now he's going to have to get really resourceful. I don't know how he's going to do a giveaway a week, because I guess he's just not. I think he's gone into hiding again. So we'll see if he comes back out and tries something. It should be pretty interesting, but that's pretty much it. Number 76, and then we even see our boy Mr. Chan here is commenting but not entering in giveaways. So he knows that he can't win again. He doesn't need to. He just wants to show that he's a real person at this point. He's a real boy, and that's about it. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. If you see anything that I don't, please let me know. I'd love to hear it. I might have Fahim tunnel vision, and I'm not noticing some little details. Maybe this list will help somebody see something that I don't, or that isn't popping out to me in particular. But yeah, see you guys next time.